Hi there guys, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and a review of the third generation of KRK Rokit 6s. They've just come through my door, so I'm pretty keen to see what they can do. Okay, so like in the bundle, I've got two Rokit 6 speakers, obviously the third generation. Also got a set of Auralex mopads, as well as two Lynx balance cables which were chucked in, so that's pretty cool. I bought these speakers to upgrade my existing setup. I was running a pair of Samson Resolve 40As which I bought when I first started doing bits and bobs, like music bits and bobs. The Samsons have served me quite well actually, but I was starting to get a little bit fed up with the lack of bass, especially recently, as I've been doing a lot more sort of electronic, sort of bass heavy stuff. Right, well I'm glad that I didn't get the 8s. These 6s seem plenty big enough. When I've put the 6s next to my Samsons as a comparison, the Samsons are completely dwarfed by them. As a result of the size of these KRKs though, I've had to spend rather a long time rearranging my desk just to make sure that they could fit on, which is a bit annoying. I've had to take out one of my screens, but I'm sure I'll get around to doing a better setup at another point. Okay, so in terms of appearance, I have to admit I'm pleasantly surprised. These are not as ugly as I thought they were going to be. Having seen pictures on the internet, I was convinced that these third generations were going to be the uglier younger brother, really, but no, they're not too bad at all. As you'd expect from KRK, they come with the iconic yellow cones, and another cool feature, or sort of looks design-wise, is the fact that the KRK logo lights up when the speakers are powered. I think this happened on the other speakers and stuff, but yeah, looks pretty cool. Okay, so these are fairly standard, you've seen them before, but these are the Lynx balanced jack to male XLR cable. These are the 2-meter version, and I've plugged them in and stuff, and these are exactly the right length for my setup. Okay, so the Auralex mopads or mopads or whatever you want to call them, you know, they come in a fairly standard box. No need for fancy packaging really, because they're only a bit of foam, and to be honest they're just going to get sat on by these great big KRK Rokit 6s. So in the box you get 2 main pads per speaker, with 2 other bits of foam for adjusting the angle at which the speakers sit. So yeah, fairly standard, but yeah, they all serve their purpose. Okay, so I've had a listen to them, and I was really chuffed with them. Like on first listening, the clarity between the stereo and mono sounds was massive. Like that was noticeable on the first track I played. You know, I could hear where each different sound was coming from. Which for me was a first. You know, the Samsons were way more muddy and the stereo field was nowhere near as good and clear. So yeah, these are pretty cool. The other thing I noticed was the bass. At long last, I actually have something to play around with. I listened to a few tracks and noticed how punchy and smooth the bottom end sounded. That's not to say though that it's exaggerated, because obviously some people complain that the KRKs can be way too bassy or whatever. But no, I didn't think they were. I thought they were pretty spot on. For me, they're exactly what I'm after. The other thing is, if the bass is too much, if you're getting way too much bass from these things, you can turn it down, or you can adjust it on the back of the speaker, because obviously the new feature with these third generations is the low frequency level controller thing. So yeah, you can turn that down to your liking. In terms of colouring in the sound, like people say that, you know, cheap speakers can be a bit too coloured, and you know, you're not getting a clean sort of natural, sort of neutral sound. I actually thought that these were fairly clean. There doesn't seem to be too much going on that's been boosted unnecessarily. Yeah, I thought they were actually okay, and obviously I'll find out more as I go along. But anyway, you guys can buy some of these yourself and come up with your own conclusions. But as for now, I'm going to be mucking around with them and seeing what I can do. So anyway, cheers for watching. And you know I'm anti-social, anti-lame, but ain't I cool, nigga?
try to take my style and then take off. I go to work with no day.